So now we're going to talk about transitions and their relationships. So depending on the relationship or the context in which you're using your transition words depends on what type of transition word you should be using. So for example, we're going to talk about time order transition words, compare and contrast transition words, and also cause and effect transition words. So when we think of time order, we think of sequence, so the order in which things happen. Often, like, we're talking about writing directions, or maybe we're telling a story about something about our day. So that was when we would use time order. So you would use words like first, next, later, soon, after, eventually, then. These would be examples of time order words or sequence words or chronological, okay? All of those things that we've talked about that mean time order. Chrono meaning time order, right? Chronological, time, chrono, time. Sequence or time order. We also have compare and contrast words. Unlike, like, similarly, why can't I say that word? In contrast to, moreover, and although. Those would be some words that we would use to compare and contrast two things. For example, they had many soldiers. Moreover, they had better weapons. So more importantly, right, we're comparing the fact that more importantly, which team had better, or which group had more weapons would probably be better up to win whatever they're fighting for, right? So we have cause and effect. Cause and effect is just like the cause and effects that we've talked about. I got all A's on my report card, therefore I got to have ice cream for dessert, okay? So some examples of cause and effect words would be therefore, as a result, consequently, unless, if wounded, he would not re-enlist. If wounded, if you're sick, you're not able to come to school, okay? So those would be some words that would show a cause and effect relationship. So we're going to practice those here. When you look down at these slides, you are going to see a word in parentheses. That means they want you to use a comparison word. So we're going to compare them. Remember, when we compare two things, we find out how they are alike. And when we contrast two things, we find out how they are different. So we know James Fortin and Joseph Martin. We want to compare them. They have something in common. They're both what? Heroes. So we could use a transition word here for number one that would be both. So I'm going to say both. I'm going to use a capital B since it's at the beginning of the sentence. For number two, you would use a cause and effect word. He was a patriot, blank, he served his country. So look back to your list for a cause and effect word. When you are finished with 1 through 8, you can go ahead and submit this assignment for today.